Good evening, everyone. So, I'm about to feed the tarantulas. But before I turn on the light and scare Evie off, I wanted to show you guys some of my geckos you don't see half the time. Like the flying geckos, the white spotted geckos. Certain geckos don't like the light at all. So before she dashes and runs off, I'm going to capture Evie, one of the flying geckos. I'm glad I set these candles up because at least they come out in the candlelight. Because I have them like around certain cages so you can see into them, especially over there. Because some of them are hard to capture. Now, Evie is finicky. She don't like being out a lot, but her sister, on the other hand, Trish, is always on top. She's always on top of her cage. She don't care. She's one of the ones that don't care as much. Now, as soon as I turn on the light, she's most likely 10 to 1. She'll run for it, but she's one of the ones that is not as bad. Now, Evie, if I get, like, close to her a certain way, she's definitely gonna run for it. But Trish is more laid back. I'm hoping actually to tame her. I want to work with her. I want to work with these guys. I want to see if I can tame them down. I've tamed a lot of geckos down in my life. I've been working with geckos for 20 years, since I was in my teens. So, I'm hoping I can work with these girls. I don't know if I can catch Lola or not. I highly doubt it. Let's see if I can look in here carefully. I have to like sneak up on this girl to try to even think I could capture her in any type of way. And it never works. You rarely get her on film. I know she's alive and doing fine. I do eventually scare the crap out of her because she hides a lot of times up in there or in this bark area. And of course, a lot of times I am mean, and I do kind of chase her through the little her cage, and she gets really pissed off at me. There's Beta. I know, Mommy's turning the light off. Hold on. Beta doesn't like that. But, yeah, I have to chase Lola around to make sure she's fine. Because other than that, it's hard. The white spotted gecko is a very hard gecko. If you want a show gecko that comes out at night that you want to be able to see, that's really unique, get a flying gecko. I recommend the flying geckos. White spot gecko is a very unique gecko. She kind of looks like a cross between a crocodile gecko and a tokay gecko, because the way her white spotted patterns are on her, and the white spotted patterns kind of looks like the spots on a tokay. Let's see, is my girl out? Yeah, she is. Alright, see, there's spots on the tokay, like Morticia's. I know she's looking at me like, wait, what? Morticia has attitudes. That's why I call her Morticia. Hey, Morticia. See the way her spots are? That's how the back part of the white spotted gecko looks. Kind of like that, but obviously white spots and not the orange colors like a tokay. Beautiful gecko. Tish is getting big in that cage. She's loving that cage. She's loving her 60-gallon cage, ain't you, baby? I wanted to get her a tall 60-gallon. I haven't been able to find one yet, but I got her a long 60-gallon, but she's doing alright. She's alright. She got a lot of space to run around and play. But anyways, off topic. But have you ever seen a crocodile gecko? They have really, like, they look like a crocodile, basically. The way a crocodile's tail looks is how a crocodile's gecko's body looks. Really unique, really unique lizard. I'd like to get one of those. I'm trying to get one of those. It's Ming Ming, looking at her little lights. But I'm trying to get one of those. But the only thing is they don't come out at night, which really sucks. You gotta capture them. You gotta be very lucky to capture them, those guys on camera. Because my girl, she's fast. She's fast. She's sneaky. She's fast. And she blends in very well. So sometimes I don't always see her right away. Next thing you know, I see something flying passing into her little tree house. And it's like, oh crap. I could have had a picture of her. I've caught her on camera maybe twice. And twice out of this whole time I've had her. I've had her. Lola I've had for almost a year now. I've had Lola. My white spotted gecko. The flying geckos are one of my newer geckos. And they're thriving beautifully. They're doing beautifully. Their plants are doing beautifully. And they're just very beautiful, beautiful geckos. But unfortunately, I do have to turn the light on. Because tonight, I gotta feed the tarantulas. So I wanted to capture this before she goes running and gets pissed off at me. Because she doesn't like the lights. But look how beautiful they are. You might as well turn this light on now because she's gonna run anyways. I watered down her cage, obviously. I just watered down everyone's cage. I watered down their plants a lot. These ivy plants, like a lot of moisture, which is good because these cages like a lot of humidity. But see, at the bottom, it only goes down so far. I should put a drainage layer. I'm probably going to redo her cage and put drainage layers in because these cages do need high humidity. Both of her and Trisha's cage, they do need higher humidity than the rest of these guys because, like I said before, these guys are from Southeast Asia. They're from the rainforest part of Southeast Asia. And the mountains and the rainforest areas where the humidity is higher. Temperatures are a lot warmer too. But she's thriving beautifully. I've had her for a while. They love their branches. She will jump from there the whole way to that branch. I'm gonna get her a bigger cage. That way we can really watch her. That's gonna be the next thing. I'm gonna get her a cage like the stats and set it up all jungly like my boy's cage here. That way we can really watch her jump around and fly. Not fly, but glide. We all know it's gliding. Kind of like sugar gliders and stuff. They kind of have glide. They have those extra membranes, as you see on them. They have the little extra membranes on their feet. But look at their tails too. And their tails help them with the gliding and direction. Kind of like just free falling, basically. They're like free falling lizards. They can glide up to 200 feet, 61 meters, which I think is pretty impressive for a tiny little gecko. So, before I piss her off too much, I'm going to turn this off. But we're about to really make her mad, because I'm about to turn the light on. I gotta go get some crickets, and we're going to feed some tarantulas. Let's see who's hungry tonight. So, I will be back in a second. Alright, so I got the crickets up here to feed all the babies. The only problem is it's not going so well so far. I haven't started filming until now because nobody's out. Nobody, like always, nobody's out. We got a bunch of them that are molting. Hades downstairs is definitely about to molt, but I think it might be his last molt because unfortunately the mature male that I got, I should have asked how old he was. Even though I kind of like, I didn't pay much for him, honestly. I only paid a certain amount for him, but it looks like, I'll show you guys him anyways. He's downstairs, he's in the corner of his cage. He looks like he's about to go into a death curl, honestly. She said he was already a mature male, and he is pretty old looking. Like, you can tell by looking at him, he's a very old tarantula. I should have asked his age. Unfortunately, some of these spiders are rescues. Me and my friend rescued a bunch of tarantulas off this guy who was not, and he has snakes too. He's had these animals posted online. They weren't housed right. They weren't treated right. They were in a very bad situation. My friend grabbed a bunch of them, and then she gave a bunch to me. We separated them basically, and some of them unfortunately didn't live. Some of them passed away, like the avicularia that I had over there, Rose. She didn't live. She was in very bad condition. There's like a lot of them that were not in great conditions. A lot of them unfortunately passed away. But a lot of them are thriving. So some of them are doing very well. this ain't one of them. This is one of my girls. This is Sapphire. I've been having her since she was really, really tiny sling. Sapphire is a pink salmon bird eater. Look, their pyrite that used to be up the top. It was really pretty how I had her cage set up at one point. As you see, her house is falling down. Like it's being held up barely by sticks. Her plants have sunk in. Her pyrite's now she's digging for her gold. She buried her gold basically. But yeah, she's basically sunk in everything. But when it comes to Sapphire here, I had Sapphire since Sapphire, Lotus, and Phoenix. I got all of them as really, really tiny slings. Sapphire here is one of the last ones, though. She was one of the tinier slings, obviously, because as you see, Phoenix, it was my bigger one. He's a male. He's in, like, a bigger cage, and she's still in this one. But if, since Hades looks like he's about to, die downstairs on his deathbed, I'm probably going to redo the cage, clean it out, redo it, and, Sapphire here will be going into that cage, because Sapphire is getting really big, and I have to rehouse her because she's getting really big. And then, as you saw, Lotus is the other one. They're in that bigger critter carrier, which is obviously bigger than this one. It's going to go over there. But I actually have two new tarantulas coming. I have another Viculera coming and a curly hair. Now, they're only an inch and a half. So, they're on the small side, which is what I want. So, that's an inch and a half. So, that is perfect, because I think that's a perfect size to start off with, because sometimes slings can be pretty tricky to work with, and some of them can also take forever to grow. Like my Arizona Blondie has taken forever to grow. It's still such a tiny little dot. I don't even show it anymore, because honestly, you don't even see them. Like, they're so stinking tiny. It's so cute, but they're so tiny, and they take forever to grow. I will show you once it starts actually growing a lot bigger and we can actually see them. Then I will start showing you my baby Arizona Blondie again, like I used to. But like I said, it's so tiny you can't ever see it half the time. It's like with the pumpkin patches also. My pumpkin patches up there, those two containers, they're so stinking tiny. They're cute, but they're so stinking tiny, so it's hard to show them off. But anyways, the whole point is feeding these guys. I don't know if she will jump out or not. I don't know what she's going to do. But I'm going to try to feed her and see what happens. Well, that didn't work. That was kind of a bust. So we're going to go into Winter here. Winter's cute. Look at that booty. Winter is my giant Texas tan. Let's see if I can prop the phone up. Throw a cricket in. I really need to get a stand. Yeah, that's really working. The lid doesn't stay open, that's the problem. And the cricket jar, like, now the cricket thing like be holding between my feet. Oh my goodness. And don't worry, I have cute toes. I don't have ugly feet like some people. But we're not gonna talk bad about people and their ugly feet. But anyways, I don't know if they're hungry or not. I did feed Winter the other day. Winter's getting a new setup too. When I go to the pet store, I'm gonna get a cage for the new Viculera that's coming. Look at that booty. So stinking cute. But yeah, I'm gonna be getting one of those glass enclosures when I go to the pet store. So the Viculera will be having a glass enclosure. Okay, I don't think they're gonna do anything. Okay, my tarantulas aren't being no fun tonight. Alright, let's get this other one. Okay, here's Lotus. I think they're still pissed off at me because I took their water bowl. Because every time I'm trying to figure out a different water bowl. Because look at this setup. The setup is so awkward for to have a water dish in here for them. I don't know what to do. Like, this is what they keep doing. There's a hole there, and then there's a weird intersection. And then there's the gaping hole there, a little spot right there. And then when I try to put a water dish, like, in this weird area, it falls down there, or it falls in the gaping sunken hole. So I don't know what to do. And then there's a gaping hole back there too. Just to let you know. So I don't know what to do. With I've tried changing different types of water bowls too. I've tried several different types of water bowls. And I just don't know what to do. I gotta figure something out. I'm wondering if I should get something and just glue it onto the side. Because they always have a habit of demolishing the water dishes. So we're going to take some crickets and just dump them in. I have plenty downstairs, so we could just... That's what I wanted. Well, this is always fun to watch to eat. This was just dashing right out. Go in there. Woo, there we go. Ah, it's one of the pink salmon bird eaters. I know, though, this is always interesting to watch. That's another thing I wanted to come in here for. I see a molt. Thanks, baby cakes. Is that all of the molt? I don't know. It's kind of... The molt's kind of stuck in a web. Alright. Yeah, we got like pieces of a molt in this webbing. Fortunately, Phoenix we won't see eating. I wish we would. They normally come out walking. But they haven't come out walking in a while, so I wonder this might be one of their last meals. Because 10 to 1, it's probably going to be molting soon. I have a feeling they're going to be going into molt soon. Because normally Phoenix is always out doing its leg exercises every night. And I haven't seen them in a while, so 10 to 1 they are definitely going into molting. So we're going to pull down the little tree spider and the GBBs. I'm going to feed them next. But I haven't seen them in a while too, so I got to check first with these guys. Because I wonder if they are also molting. But we're about to find out. I see a molt. So they did recently molt. I knew that was coming, but I don't know how long ago they molted. So I gotta pull this mold out real quick, guys. Viola actually molded too. So I'm gonna transfer them into this tank when I did, because right there is a little molt. So I gotta pull that out. I just missed it down. I threw 2 crickets in. They are actually right back in here. This is their little area. So it's interesting to see that they actually created their burrow down in this area. Because normally they'd be hiding right back in here. Right now there's a cricket right there, but normally they're back in there. So it's interesting how when tarantulas go into molting. I know they even molted a while ago. Because I haven't fed them actually, honestly, in a while. Because I knew it was coming after I rehoused them, so I haven't fed them in a bit. So they molted a little bit ago, so I'm not worried about it being a fresh molt. I know that molt's been in there. Now, let's see if we can find this GBB. This webbing in this tank is so crazy. So crazy, so beautifully done. Now, let's see. The only problem is I don't know where they always are, because they have so many burrow points. Probably in the log. No, not in that log. Ah, no, they're back here. They're way in the back here. Beautifully done, though. That is beautiful. That's like art. That is beautiful artwork. That's why I love GBBs. So they're back in here. So, yep, right back here. Let's see if they're hungry. I spritz down their cage a little bit. Of course, all the crickets are in there. I always give them a few because some of these guys really love to eat. Come on, Spooky. Are you going to come out or not? They're right there at your entrance point. They're struggling. I don't know if they're going to come out or not. wish they would. That would be cool if they do. I love watching the JBBs eat. Did they even move? Nope, they didn't even move. Go get your food. Hey. Baby, go get your food. How little was it? Oh, there's a stupid cricket. I love when crickets get stupid. Spooky, go get that. Your cricket's being stupid. Go down more, you idiot cricket. Crickets really are dumb insects. I don't know if Spooky's gonna get it though. I don't think they're interested right in a second. Look how big this one's getting. So cute. There's Cypher. Cypher was tiny. Cypher's growing pretty good. There's my Mexican Rennie. Such a little cutie. This is a cute little setup. I'm gonna have to put more dirt in here. For some reason though, they don't really like to burrow. Every time I get a Mexican Rennie, it doesn't like to burrow. Because MJ doesn't like to burrow either. Alright, let's see if they want to eat. I don't know if they... My tarantulas are not cooperating tonight. Except for the only one, like always. This is Lotus that just ran right after their food and not giving a crap. Are you not going to get that? Cypher, go get your food. Look, your food's right there. You're not hungry either. They're everywhere. I threw like three or four in there. I threw a few in there. I have sphagnum moss in there because with some of these little ones, their water dishes, it just always goes so drastically wrong with some of these guys. So I use sphagnum moss sometimes and I just get it really wet and they drink from that. Because every time I put water bowls in some of these guys, even though it's like a Gatorade cap, but man, do they bury them. Half the time I can't ever find them because they web them up so ridiculously horrible. It's just quite a challenge. Oh god, this is the baboon species. Thank god they are never out. Only once in a blue moon do I see my baboon species. Now, their tunnel is right in there. I'll just throw some crickets in, but we're probably not going to see them. Unfortunately, coconut, I don't see out much anymore. They come out when they feel like it. There's my Mexican fire leg. Cute tarantula. Doing very well. Growing very beautifully. Oh, look at its bum. I saw them kicking up hairs, so this might be their last feeding. So, they're probably doing the pre-molt thing. Drop some crickets in here. Oh, that one jumped in. Let's throw the rest of them in. Let's see if it grabs any. It had a water bowl. I don't know where the water dish is. So, 10 to 1. Probably buried somewhere underneath the cork bark. So I'm just going to have to mist down the cage a little bit with just some water. I'm going to have to put in another water dish. I don't like to disturb them when they're in their pre-molts. I'll put in a different water dish. And we'll see if they eat. If they don't eat tonight, I tend to want to just take the crickets back out because they're getting ready to molt soon. Because look at that bare booty. And they were just starting to kick up hairs yesterday. So since they were kicking up their hairs yesterday, so in the next week or two they'll be molting, and I can't wait because the more these guys molt, the more fiery reddish orange their legs become. It's so gorgeous. And the black is so pretty. They become really bright colors, and I just love it. You're not gonna eat either you guys tonight. There's my boy Eric Oak. My other Costa Rican striped knee. All these other ones don't want to come out right in a second. So hopefully the versicolor Night Fury, my other giant Texas tan, Remy, one of my curly hairs, my girl Raven, none of them, or not even Reaper. Reaper didn't even come out. So hopefully I can catch him eating later. So this feeding video is turning into a big bust. The only one I saw eat so far, honestly, is freaking Lotus. Which don't surprise me, because my pink salmon birdie Lotus is like always freaking hungry. It acts like it's forever hungry. It has that bottomless pit of a stomach. But yeah, there's his little rump. And of course he ran into his burrow, but he's doing amazing. Let's fill up his water dish and everything. So let's see who else we can feed. Right there's my Trinidad, one of my Trinidad olives. That is Sana. I don't know if they're interested in eating though. It's hard to really see into their cage. Like always, there's a glare for one. And secondly, they have webbing all over the cage, so that kind of doesn't help any. But they're looking beautifully down there. Yeah, I can't really get a good angle. Not from this way, anyways. This is my other Trinidad olive. Here they are. Look at that gorgeous spider. Yeah, be careful, crickets will jump out. But look how beautiful they are. They're a very beautiful spider. Very beautiful species. One of the dwarf species. So I love Trinidads because Trinidads are a dwarf species. Look at those beautiful coloring still. They just recently molted. They molted, I think it's just like 2 weeks ago. About 2 weeks ago. They molted. Cricket just curled on them. I'm not going to be able to get a good shot of them. I hear somebody crawling around. Which one's crawling around over here? I think it's one of the geckos. Unfortunately, it's probably not going to be a tarantula. There's Maddie. Unless it is a tarantula. Never mind, it is. Hi, Autumn. I know I heard somebody over here. It's Autumn. Never mind. Autumn's over here playing around again. This girl just likes to climb, climb, and climb. This is why she's still in one of these flat containers, because she's horrible. All she likes to do is climb all day and not have to worry about her falling. Let's see, I know I see a piece of hair over here. But yeah, Autumn's horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. That's why she don't go in other cages. Because she's just gonna, I'm scared she's gonna end up falling, seriously hurting herself. Chestnut's been doing that a lot lately though too. And that's another issue. My Arizona Blondie's been doing that lately. And then I'm not fond of them doing that. So they're all getting new cages. All of them are getting new cages because I can't be having that. Are you going to finally come out? Are you going to show everybody your pretty self? She stopped because I turned around to look at you. Boo is so shy. One of my shy Antilles. Come on, baby. Once Jade comes out of her hiding stage, I don't know, Jade is doing this. Jade's worse though right about now. I put her in a glass enclosure. I have Jade in a different room. She's my other Antilles, and she hides way worse than Bill. Like, never see her. So I kind of have her in a, like a darkish kind of, she has a special lighting. She's in a special room. Some of my tarantulas that are real finicky and are a certain way because I'm worried of stressing them out too much. I have them in certain rooms because of their behavior. I don't want to stress my tarantulas out. So some of them are in a quiet room where they're not going to really get stressed out so much. So that's why I don't show some of them on camera anymore. But next time I try to catch them out, I will capture them on camera so you guys can see them. Hi, BB! Because it's basically like my viculaires and stuff. I had to move to a different room because of temperature in here. That's Daenerys. She's so cute. But yeah, my viculaires that were up there, like I moved them to different rooms. The only one that's in here is the Raven because I was having problems with some of the temperament in here. Especially when you're near the window. Either one moment it's like really freaking cold, or it's like the temperatures are just not really always so good. And I turn up the heat in my room. And the rest of these guys are okay with it, but some of my other viculaires were getting really finicky with it. And getting a little lethargic. So I had to take them out of here before they died. And now that I moved them into a different room, they're doing like really good. So the next time I go over into the other room, I will show you guys Pumpkin and Ivy and show you how they're doing. And Salem, like all of them, where I moved out of here because they, like I said, they weren't looking so good, and I thought I was gonna lose Salem and stuff, but I actually didn't lose Salem. So luckily, I was able to bring him back. But I can't have most of the viculaires I can't have in here. I don't know why. Like everybody else is thriving beautifully, but it's just those three. I got them all at the same time. I got them all from the same clutch of hatchlings, so I don't know what's up with them. They're just, I don't know. They're really, really finicky when it comes to temperaments and certain things. I don't know if it was just that clutch of hatchlings, of slings that came out were a certain way. I have no idea. But it's okay. They're thriving. They're doing okay. Hi, Dream. Little buddy. Hi, buddy. Dream. He's watching my finger. He's so cute. I love him. He's such adorable. Alright, tarantulas. Right, gotta go back to feedings. I finally got them chinks to emerge. I sprayed down their cage. Right there they are. They're probably, what in the world was that? But there's my pumpkin patch that we never see. They're doing beautifully. That's chinks. That was one of the first slings of pumpkin patch that I was able to not kill. They're doing good. They're doing really good. They're growing beautifully. Okay, yeah, they're doing marvelous. I don't know. Did you eat your cricket that I put in here the other day? I don't even know. They're not happy. I sprayed down their cage though. They're doing really beautiful though. Look how pretty those markings are. Such a beautiful tarantula. I love pumpkin patches. I hope this one gets nice and big. Let's see if I can find a really tiny cricket for it. Alright, all the tarantulas are fed. What, Dream, honey? I see you. I'll bring you out to play then. Children want to come out to play, so we will play with them in a little bit. It is getting pretty late. Oh yeah, it's almost midnight. I didn't realize what time it was. But yeah, now that all the babies are fed, even though that wasn't much of a feeding video, that was just me throwing crickets in a bunch of cages and them doing nothing except for Lotus. But at least I get to show you guys my pumpkin patch. I'm surprised they're still out. So later on, once I turn the lights off, I'll wait like 2-3 hours, and then we're gonna see who pops out. So maybe we can catch them feeding a little bit later. So I will see you guys in a little bit.